In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create an awesome brand photo shoot for yourself. I actually just did this for my own business. I set up a whole brand photo shoot. So anyway, I thought I'd talk a little bit through my process and how I planned it and how I made it a success. So first of all, I actually shot all these photos myself. I did not hire a photographer. I was a photographer at one time, so I have tons of gear and I have a timer on a really nice camera and I have a flash. I did have an assistant that helped me throughout the day, kind of helping me with focus and sitting in and testing some shots before I did them. I did this photo shoot completely for free. So I'll talk about some of that and how you can do something similar. So some important things that you want to think about when you're planning a brand photo shoot, like why are you doing this? And what are the shots that you need to get from the shoot? Do you need them for your website, social media? For me, I needed them for YouTube thumbnails, and I'm creating some digital products, so I know I'm gonna need some photos of me for those things. And what kind of mood and story are you trying to tell? Are you trying to be really fun and energetic in your photos? Do you want lots of natural light and to make people feel like your photos are very airy? Kind of going in having some idea of what you're trying to accomplish is a really good idea. So I created a mood board for this photo shoot and I did it in Figma. This is a place that I put some visual inspiration. And this is what my mood board looked like. I have lots of different photos of other content creators that I really liked their photos. So these were visual references that I checked throughout the whole photo shoot. So I just took screenshots and dropped them into this folder. So this gave me lots of ideas for poses, outfits that I can wear, lighting styles. So this mood board also included a huge shot list. So I kind of looked at all these reference photos that I liked and I wrote down exactly what they were doing in each photo. So things like girl holding coffee cup with laptop in front of her at a table. I really wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So I found it helpful to think in like categories. So I know I'm gonna want headshots, so some closer up shots. I wanted shots of me working at a desk or a laptop, some lifestyle moments, so laughing, jumping, drinking coffee. I also wanted me using some devices, so I have laptop photos, photos on my phone. And I think it's fun to also do candid shots. So I have some really goofy shots that I did. I did some dancing, I jumped up and down. If you are somebody that sells a product or you have a very specific niche, it might be good to also include things from that niche in your photos. So products and tools that you might use. So once I had my inspiration, I needed to figure out a location or a couple locations. My sister actually owns some Airbnbs and she has done an amazing job decorating these Airbnbs. Her Airbnbs have beautiful natural light. So I knew that's something I wanted in my photos. I needed to do it during the day. And obviously I wanted a variety of spaces to choose from, and her Airbnb had a really nice kitchen with a huge table by a big window and a really nice living room that had several different spots that I could sit, I could stand, lots of background variety. So that was really nice. If you don't have an option to go to an Airbnb, you can do a lot of these photos outside. I love going to parks. I love walking around downtown in my town and taking pictures. So you can totally do this for free outdoors and just finding interesting spaces with lots of background variety. Or if your house has great natural light or you're able to set up lights and do these photos, that would be a great option too. So if there's any props that you might want in your photos, you definitely want to think about that ahead of time and make sure you bring them. For me, that included a laptop, phone. At the Airbnb, we had coffee cups. I had a notebook. Again, you could put in products that you sell or tools that you use, and personality items. So I don't know if you have like fun mugs, a cool t-shirt that you love with a fun band on it, candles, flowers, just extra decor that you can add in photos that represent you as a person and represent your business. So a big part of the shoot is what you're going to wear. I got great inspiration by doing that mood board and looking at what these other people actually wore in their photo shoots. So I ended up bringing probably 8 different outfit options. I tried to incorporate my brand colors into my outfit options. And I did have some casual options. And the casual options, I had some blazers that I put on to make them look a little more polished and playful. And accessories, adding in like necklaces, hair accessories, anything like that, earrings that you can just switch in and out to change your look is really good. So prepping your gear. If you are hiring a photographer, you don't have to worry about this. I did not hire a photographer. I did all of this on my own. And let me talk about the stuff I brought. I have a really nice camera. It's a 5D Mark III Canon. I have a tripod, lots of batteries, lots of extra memory cords. I had a big flash that I could add to my camera. I have a timer on my camera. If you have extra lights, like I actually have video lights right here in this room with me. I did bring those thinking if I'm kind of in a dark space, I can use these video lights to kind of fill in the light a little bit. You could bring backdrops. I actually did bring a person with me, my sister, whose Airbnb I went to. She helped me for the day and she kind of stood in as my assistant. I set up some shots with her in them, tested my focus ahead of time. Creating a schedule is also important. I blocked about 3 hours for this photo shoot. It took the entire time, which I was surprised. But you want to block in time to change your outfits, change locations, and also build in some time for breaks. This can be really exhausting. You also want to keep your shot list and your inspiration and mood board really close to you. I was checking it constantly throughout the day. And I do think it's good to leave in a little bit of wiggle room time. You want to have some time for fun. Maybe you see a location while you're shooting that you're like, that you had not planned for, and you maybe want to go and try something in a different location. Some of my favorite photos from my shoot were some of these off the cuff moments of like, oh, let's try this. Practicing your posing and expressions ahead of time, it can help. It often takes a little bit of time to get used to being in front of the camera. Having a mirror nearby, you can try out some poses, check your hair, and take some time to get into it. The first 10 to 20 minutes of your photo shoot, you might look a little stiff. So it's a good idea to loosen up, maybe with music, movement. Have somebody make you laugh. That is like my best advice. So, and once you actually get your photos back and you've gone through them, it's a really good idea to organize them and back them up. So creating folders by category or use. So you might have like headshots only, or wider shots, or fun shots, something like that, that just makes them easier to grab. So backing them up on a hard drive. I also like to put them in the cloud somewhere, so like Google Drive. I use a service called SmugMug. That's where I save all of my photo shoots and any photos that I have shared with people over the years. Anyway, I hope this helps you with setting up your own brand photo shoot, whether you're hiring a photographer or trying to do it yourself. If you have questions or comments about something I talked about in this video, leave a comment or question in the comments below. And subscribe to Cry Studio for more graphic design and photography tutorials. Thanks so much.